Hello, hello. It's Ms. Rahmaan. How are you guys doing this evening? I'm sure nobody's here. Well, nobody's here yet, but I'm here and I am half the party. So, um, happy Sunday. I don't celebrate holidays, so I'll just say happy Sunday and blessings to all the fathers out there. And as the caption says, I want to talk about this day that is dedicated to fathers and why fathers get so little. And I just have to say that because it's obvious. Fathers get so little out here, and the one day that is allotted to fathers that society has, said, here you go, dad. Here you go, dads out here. We're gonna give y'all this day. Take it, do with it what you will. Fathers can't even get that. Case in point, there's this video on Facebook. It's probably everywhere, but I saw it on Facebook. The mother is calling the father. They're not together. Um, and she is saying, hi. Hi, who's that? Taurus. Hi, nice to see you. So the mother is calling the father, and I don't know why the younger generation gets these kicks out of calling each other and doing things to each other online to embarrass each other so that their children can come back later and see these videos. That is the worst type of parenting I think I've ever seen. And we used to do it, back in the day. Might get two, we might go to jail. But this type of stuff, they call and embarrass the other parent. But I digress. So she calls and she's got him online so all their family and friends can see his reaction to her saying, okay, Father's Day is coming up. The kids I'm going to drop them off to you. He says, no bueno. I have to work and I'm getting time and a half. Well, she's not having any of that. She's like, well, we talked 2 weeks ago. I'm bringing the kids. They have cards for you. Blah blah blah. He's saying, what are you talking about? I think she has an accent, so I think they're in New England. I'm not New England. I'm sorry, London or somewhere like that. And she's like, well, what do you mean? Um, you have to work. The kids, we already talked about this. The kids have cards for you. They made cards. You're going to really disappoint them. And he's on and on about, this is time and a half. First, why is that so hard to comprehend? Like the man is trying to go to work because he got to take care of his children. So she says, okay, what about Saturday? He says, well, I go out with my friends on Saturday. I'll see the kids, when I see, on my days. I see them, I have them a few days, I'll see them then. You would have thought, based on the comments and this lady's reaction, that he never sees these kids. He doesn't take care of these kids. He might as well just told that lady, I don't never want to see you and them kids, and what the Bernie Mac show, F them kids, because her reaction is just so horrible. Now, time and a half, all that good stuff. So I put in the comments my little take on, like, damn, the man said he got to work, he's working. And let me add this. He says, I have to pay for the house, the nice house that you live in. So that means he's paying her for her expenses, not to mention the kids, but she's living there too. So he's paying where she lay, and he has to pay where he lays. And she's still not satisfied. And why can't the man, and it sounds like, he's saying, I do this every Saturday with my friends. Like, we do this, we've been doing it for years. So it sounds to me like This is something they have done since they've had children and families and everything like that. So I put my comment like he's paying the bills, he's working time and a half, he's getting that money. You know, why can't he on Father's Day say, I don't want to be bothered? But he's not saying that. He's saying, I have to work. And then in the middle of it, he says, the kids are young. You know, I have plenty of time to spend with the kids. They're not going to miss me on this day. You know, um, I didn't see what was wrong with that. So I said that, man, them people in them comments was so tight about it. And I just did not understand why people don't get it. So that's why I was making this video. I just wanted to like get some feedback because I know it's not just like fathers' rights people that um, are on my video on my channel or when I upload this to Facebook. I just want to understand why that's so hard to get because on Mother's Day, a mother they get presents. We get presents like go to the spa, go and spend the day to yourself. Like there is no question about spending time with the kids. Like you get a day off. We get, we can do whatever we want on our day. So for everybody in the comments, it's like a night and day type of thing. But the man is going to go work. And then if he wants to go off with his friends on something that has been done, I, so can somebody help me out? Like I don't get it. But here's another point that I want to reiterate. I've said this several times. But in the comments, after I said what I said, and I'm gonna say what my comment was so y'all know full disclosure. I said if he's working, paying bills, what is the problem? There's too much emphasis placed on the commercial holidays. Y'all know I don't do well, I'm just said I don't do holidays. On commercial holidays that benefit the corporation, they get rich off of that. So okay, what's the name? Parents can and should be celebrated for being parents. Like, okay, he can't do it that day. We'll have him a big cookout or whatever on Monday when his next day off. So, well, I got a whole bunch of slack on it, and I'm gonna put the link if y'all want to go see or watch the video. So I got a whole bunch of comments. I'm used to that. But one lady comes in and she says, "Well, I'm a single mother." Cry me a river, lady. I was a single mother too. But this is what I don't understand about the single mother uh, rant. Because she wrote a long ass dissertation. I had to do this. I had to do that. I had to get up. I had to go to school. I did it by myself. I did. Okay. Here's the thing about that. If one thing, if you had help, if you had a village, so to speak, if you had your mother, your father, your brothers, sisters, cousins that help you with your children, then you really wasn't a single parent. If you got child support, if you co-parented, if you did all that, you were not a single parent. She said her child was 27. If you had help, then you weren't a single parent. So there are really single parents out here that do everything by themselves. They go to school. Everything they do is solo. That's taken away from Kim Kardashian when she said that she's a single parent. Lady, you're not a single parent. So there's a big difference between a single parent and a single person with children. So that's the first thing. Second thing, when you sit up here and list off the things that you do as a mother for your child, you chose to be a parent. I chose to be a parent. I chose to have my children. They did not ask to be here. So I'm not going to go and start naming off to prove a point. I do this for my kids. I help them with their homework. I get up at night while they're sick. I do this. I do. That's what you're supposed to do. What you want, a cookie? That's The Office. That's my show, The Office. But I mean, what point are she ain't say nothing back either. I usually don't get anything back when I say that. What point are you trying to make when you say you're a single parent and name off the list of things that you've done? You chose to be that a mother. A man does not 9 times out of 10 have that choice to be a parent. He can't come and say, um, oh, I want to have this child, or I don't want to have this child because my body, my choice. He can't say, I don't want to have a kid with you and just walk away. He can't leave his responsibilities in a Dropbox. He can't. That's not the same thing. But we women, we say, yes, I want to be a mother. So if you're watching this and later, just play. I mean, you don't get no trophy for being a mother when you chose to be a mother. That's just my 2 cents. You know, that's what you supposed. That's what you're supposed to do. It's like getting a job in a bagel factory, and you make bagels, and you go and brag about making bagels. That's what you're supposed to do at a job making bagels. You're supposed to do that. So that is what I want to talk about today because I thought that video was just astonishing. I don't know why I let this stuff like make me laugh or make me like, but if the man got to work and he want to go out with his blokes, that's what like I said, they in England. Let the man go. And then they complain and complain about these men not being fathers or not doing their part. And if y'all pay attention, y'all see they are pushing that fatherless crisis agenda. And they are doing that so that they can justify keeping this child support hustle, scheme, plot, whatever you want to call it, robbing parents. They want to keep it alive because most people, if y'all look and see on the internet, most people have uh, exposed what this child support system is. I don't care if you're talking about the straw man. I don't care if you're talking about the contractual part of it, or just if you're going through it and you're knowing your rights, the due process part of it, Turner versus Rogers, however you are identifying it, the hustle and breaking it down, more people are doing that. And so they know they can't just okey doke their way through robbing parents. So now they have to come through a whole different avenue with it. So the fatherless crisis shit, and it's everywhere. Like you cannot turn on any kind of social media platform and not see something about fatherless children. But when you look at it and you break it down, the fatherlessness that they're talking about is children being born to unwed mothers. It's not even the parents don't live in the same house. It's all down to illegitimate children. But children aren't illegitimate if you're not basing it on the Western society, United States structure. So you can't tell somebody you have to be married to have children. So what's the next best thing is to